What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another episode of Kingdoms and Castles. We're starting this thing on off. They released the infrastructure update, so I figure that's a pretty good time for us to check on in and see what the game has cracking. And cracking it is. Let's start off a new game. We'll go with Vintar. I find the game on Summer is just too easy. It's just way too easy. We got some seeds over here. I don't know if I like the way this looks. I tend to like a big landmass with very few rivers in the middle. Makes for better castle building. Better erection spots for your walls. Just in case that's the kind of thing that you are looking for as you go forward through the game. And I am. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Let me zoom on out here. I'm going to find a good map and we'll come back. Actually, never mind. I like that map right there. Ha-ha! I didn't have to do an edit. Best day ever. Let's go ahead and settle on in. We're going to call this place... Yes, I accept you. You've been accepted. We will take the green banner because obviously that's the best banner. And then we will call this place Guapington. There it is, Guapington. And so let's start this thing on off. This is a pretty good starting spot. I like it. Let's go ahead and get this place nice and slowed down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to plop a castle like over here. Like right along the edges of this. We've got some nice land over there. I guess the new update has to do with our ability to... Is that the front of the castle? Okay. Front of the castle. Front of the castle. Alright, so the front of the castle goes right there. We will build a road going out to here. We've got a nice natural little roadblock too, which is keeping us from getting into trouble. I'll go like so. And we need to designate some trees to be chopped. For the greater glory of the realm, trees must die. Normally, I wouldn't show up and just start knocking over the green stuff. Okay, I would. I do survival and I do management games. That's pretty much all we do is knock down trees. But you get what I mean. There's our castle. It should start getting built up all by its lonesome. People just have to stand next to it and put labor into it, I think. I don't think it takes any resources. We have 4 wood right now, which is enough to get things going, but we have no stockpile, which is why they're not dragging anything out of it. We are going to play on the second speed. Our castle is there, which is fantastic. They don't have any homes, but they're not going to get homes until they show a little bit of initiative and knock over some trees. I can't build you a house if you don't have any wood to do that, so off you go, little guys. Off you go. Walk on down that lonely road and spend your days getting all sappy and sticky and gross. That was the worst feeling of being a little kid when you were like climbing around in trees and stuff. Then your fingers would stick together because you got all the pine resin and everything all in between your fingers. Our neighbor, when I was a kid, had a big-ass tree you could climb up in, a big redwood tree. And I got all the way to the top of it one time, but then the wind blew and the whole thing swung over to the side. And then I was like doing this George of the Jungle act where I was like clinging onto it for dear life. It was not a good look, man. It was kind of terrifying. I think I might have almost died. I think. The only downside to this area is that there is no farmlands. Very, very little farmlands. So we're going to have to take a road off in this direction if we wanted to make it work. But we can plan for that now. If you're new to the game and you're not quite ready for that to happen, it might be a little bit terrifying if you start in an area that has no cultivatable land. But all we have is barren areas right here. But we do have all the other resources in the game, so you got to look at the bright sides. Always look at the bright side of life. Doop, 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 doop. And so this will be kind of the heartland over here, I guess. This will be the location that we'll start cultivating. Give me a couple more roads running up this way. There we go. Perfect. They will get those done about as fast as they possibly can. You've got enough food stored up when you start out in this game to not have to worry about the situation until you're higher level, so don't panic too much. By next year, we'll want to have a good food infrastructure, but for the first year, you should be able to survive almost entirely just off of the things that you have stockpiled, which is the 30 food right here. I think in older editions of the game, you didn't start out with food, and it made it a little bit more difficult. In this version, though, you should be all right. As we stockpile a little bit of food, I'm going to bring in some farms over on this side. There we go. I want those to be built by the end of the year, hopefully. So that good things can happen to us. And we can have, like, cookies and popcorn and Oreos and old-fashioned field pizza. I don't know if you guys know that, but pizza grows on bushes. And so they go out and they cultivate it. Then it goes to the pizza places. And once it's at the pizza place, then they just throw it in the oven real fast. And it's nature's perfect gift to all of us. It's nature's perfect gift to all of us, unless it's New York style pizza, because that shit's gross. Nobody likes pizza that's paper thin and just like falls over in your hand. Nah, son. Chicago style. That's the way Splatty likes it. That's the way the Splatty do. We got plenty of food over there, so I would suggest we continue making farms and then I'll probably drop in a granary over here at some point too. So there's a whole bunch of farms that we can use right there. I'll probably take a road and run it off behind the castle right here too, so that we have more spaces that we can build inside of. But for now, I'm happy with the way that things are set up. The next thing that we're going to want to look into is we need a quarry very badly. If we can't get our hands on a quarry, it's going to suck. I've got idle people. Okay, well then let's stop that suckage that I was previously talking about and make it so that, let's chop some trees over here. Yep, all of those need to go. Advisors, I don't care about you. Go away. I don't listen to advice. That's one of the reasons why I'm so bad at games, is that I just mash through head first until I hit a wall like Bonk. And I do what I gotta do. Yep, y'all don't remember Bonk, huh? Bonk was what was up. Bonk was the people's protagonist. Everybody talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario and all that ish. Nah, son. We get down with Bonk here at the Nerd Castle. Bonk is our dude. Bonk gets it done. And so there we go. We got all that stuff built. Next thing we need is some industry, so we can put in a quarry right there. Quarry right there. That'll give us stone that we can start to play around with as we go forward into the future. And as we move forward into the future, we're going to run out of food too. But I think we got enough farms up and built during last winter to where these 6 right here, I think, should give us around about 40 food. I think each one gives you like +4. We have 7 of them. And so, okay, it'll give us 28 food. I'm bad at math, but these are all built on fertile tiles, though. So I think they get some kind of bonus. Advisors, please go away. I don't want to talk to you right now. And neither do I want to have a giant exclamation point in my life telling me what to do. It's upsetting, and I feel like it's a little bit of meandering inside of my business, and it makes me upset. So there's our stone quarry. I'm going to suggest we build new houses now that we have that, so that at the end of the winter, we can get a couple more people who live here. I don't know which way that's facing, so I'm going to have to figure that out. There we go. And that one's facing that way. So now, we've got a few more houses in this region. This is nice because we've got them centralized, so I can build a library or something like that over here. Yeah, there's the food that we all deserved. Everybody go out and grab that stuff off the fields before it despoils. Despoil sounds like something that a bad guy would say when he invades your territory. You're like, I am the despoiler. I shall despoil all of your stuff and you shall be despoiled. You are spoiled now. You will not be spoiled after we get out of here because I'm not going to spare the rod. You are the despoiled. I don't want to connect that right there to the fertile heartland from the ocean. I don't know. Little island over there. I probably won't even develop that. I'll probably build southwards. What I'll do is I'll probably wall off this area first. We'll fill that on up until we have everything that we need, and then we'll expand out probably to like this region right here with gates, and we'll wall that all off. I think that sounds like a pretty solid plan. I don't need counselors. I know what I have going on right now, and I'm not that concerned about it. I'm not that concerned about it. I think I have to disable one of those because we have no builders right now, which is where we run into a stopgap in our overall production process. I don't even need stone right now, so just build me some houses. Make that happen. There you go. That's what I like to see. I need more immigrants so that I can work more rapidly and we can eat more food together and we can all become fat and rotund one by one. Fat and rotund and mighty. The other thing we're going to need is a well, but we don't have any wood, so I'll probably go, let's go with our town for a minute. I'll build right there. We'll chop down some of these trees, and we'll put in our first forestry once we're done with all of those. The other thing we ran into is that we just simply didn't have enough people to work the fields and do the stuff that we needed to do. So a couple more logs are going to fall on the ground right there. I would assume that we're probably going to get beat up very shortly. We've got 3 new workers. I'll probably throw them into the slave pits right there. Have fun working in the stone quarry and being forgotten about by everyone that ever cared about you. Farewell! It's hard working out here, man. I run a terrifying work to live to work. I run a terrifying environment for the peasantry, but I find that it helps if you keep them on their toes and you let them just be aware that, like, yeah, we're doing this thing. Like, this is how monarchy works for all of you. You will work, I will collect my taxes, and I will get my things. If you decide you want to overthrow me, that's the wrong decision, and I will pay people among you to beat you up even though they're from the same social class that you are, and I will keep you divided with kingly propaganda about how awesome I am, and how when the king smiles, your turnips grow more rapidly. No! Our city's burning. Everything is burning down. Holy Jesus. I didn't even know your keep could burn down. That sucks. Hopefully it doesn't claim our castle. That might be the end to a very, very short playthrough. Ain't nobody got houses around here. Alright, we're going to have to rebuild those. That's why I wanted to get a well built. That's why I brought up the well previously. Because having a well means they don't have to run to the ocean to get water, which is what just happened to us. It just happened oh so rightly. I don't have any spaces in here. That kind of works. We'll use that right there. Huzzah! Everybody go build yourself some stuff. Foresters over here should be doing their thing. We got people that are going to chop down trees and also replant the trees. I'll probably put another one over here. Because of that, we might have a food shortage. 4 people visited, but we have no homes. No, not a drag on. These interactions always seem to drag on. I'm not... No! Go, if you burn down my well, it's made of water. If you burn it down, I'm going to be so upset with you, dragon. I swear to God, I will come at you with the force of 1,000 little peasants with sharpened sticks. I will come at you, dragon. Alright? Shit will get real, dragon. Don't you do it. That's right. That's what I thought, dragon. Fly on by. Ain't nobody got time for your shenanigans. Got a couple people who are idle over here. And rather than keeping them idling, I'll probably put this in, like, right there, so that we can get even more wood. I like to make sure that I've got access to all the things that I'm going to need in order to survive. I like to have lots of surpluses coming in. And if I don't have that, I become salty very rapidly. We need to keep that clear for the wall right there. It's perfectly possible that we could drop in some more fields on that side. But I need to wait and see what I have going on as far as our idle peasantry goes. I think more housing is probably in order as well. Let's take some hovels and we'll drop them like right along that side. I may keep this place understocked for right now on workers because it doesn't look like I have anyone. Oh, no, they're building it. I was going to say, I didn't know if I had any idle people around, but now I know. Now I know, and knowing is half the battle, like G.I. Joe said. Let's get some more hovels in here. Yup, lots and lots of hovels. Hovel it on up. You can call me the Javelina. The Javelino. There we go. I'm going to call it Javelino because that makes me feel better. You can call me the Javelino because I got hovels all day long, every day. We have no one available to work on other stuff, but we should get immigrants really soon. So, should be good. I will chop you, and you will go away. And I will build a road right there where once your noble everpine... Is everpine? Is that what it's called? Evergreen. There we go. Where once your evergreen limbs once stood. No longer, sir. Nay, no longer. No, nay, never. No more. Little road right there. Probably make things a little bit easier. We should have some serious wood coming in very shortly. Because we have 2 foresters over here. That one is producing... Oh, we don't have enough workers for it. So that's full up now. It's producing 24 per year. That's producing 24 per year. Sounds great. This is producing 20 per year, and that's producing 20 per year. The next thing we want to get is we need to get the place that allows us to collect taxes. People don't like taxes, but in this situation, I would find that they don't really have much of a choice because collecting taxes is how we make their monies to make sure that everybody gets fed and that everything is okay. What's up with that field right there? Why is it all full of water? Township. Provide for me more foodles. Oodles of the foodles. There we go. Oodles of the foodles are being produced. They're going to go out and make some more farms just to make sure that we don't starve. Because that is a real concern, man. Blights happened back in the day. Famines happened. And it was rarely a good thing for everybody involved. It almost always turned out shitty for everyone. Once we start getting our taxes in, we'll have enough money to where we can start to build defenses and things of that nature. I will more than likely draw the line down here and just run up along the river right there and around. So we have a nice little square area to begin with. Area is so square, that's why nobody likes to hang out in it. I also have access to roads right here. I'm going to run that off this way. We'll connect that right there. Not the most efficient way to do it, but that gives us room for houses, and then we can put some orchards down here. I'll probably slap a granary right here, and then this will be all orchards out in this area so that we're getting, like, a big influx of food. Oh, we ran out of food. Ain't that some shit? People are going to start to get hungry real soon. One peasant has left the kingdom due to despair. Sigh. But food will get better. Just, there you go. Take it to the imperial granary. Huzzah for us, we are no longer starving. We have done the bare minimum functionality of human beings and managed not to starve. Let it ring out from the heavens. Alright, so with food, I want to get like a small granary right here. I think the granary faces that way. And that keeps it out of the way for a bunch of other stuff we got going on. Let's go ahead and kill taxes for a minute just to keep people happy. People are much more likely to, like, overlook the fact that they're starving to death if we just don't, like, make it apparent to them by charging them money to starve to death. Starving to death is one thing. Getting charged 10% of your earnings to starve to death is a completely different thing. We got 4 new peasants over here. They should help out with the things that we're trying to do down on that south side. South side riders down here keeping it real, kicking back, bopping on fools all day long. Food storage is up, so that'll probably help out a little bit too. This orchard is not going to directly help us out until next year, so I guess woe is us. But what I can do is add a few more farms over in that region just to make sure that, you know, if we have the availability of food, it can happen. Probably put that right there. I don't have a lot of other regions that I can run a road right now, but I'll probably take that one out right there and run it down. That, or we can have something loop down around this way and connect it all. Either or works for me. Very few idle people around right now. Food has damn near run out, unfortunately. Orchards will fix that next year, though, so happiness is going to drop off, but it should be a short-term happiness type deal. Get the food up inside the grain. Yep, there you go. That's what I like to see. So how negative is our food right now? We performed 63 and 42 have been eaten. It seems like we should have more than enough, but I could be wrong right there. Hopefully happiness goes back up to the top so that we can get some new immigrants, because I'm a little bit worried that we're just going to run out of people to work our farms and stuff like that. We only have 2 more idle people. A number of people have decided to stay and help out. As we get food stockpiled on up, they're going to take it over to the granary right here. That should get supplied to all of these houses on this side. Happiness is looking good. So let's build a few more hoovels. There we go. Lots of hoovels. The other thing we're going to need to do is get our infrastructure in order so we can start to get some of this stuff right here. Actually, I probably just could have gone straight through right there and then canceled that on out. And I can put one right there and one right there. This will loop back around here and give us another option. Oh, shit, another fire. That's not good. People should definitely go to the well and get water to help out with that fire. Damn. Game's messing with me right now. I just built those, too. God. How are they going to catch on fire while they're in construction? Apparently, I need to build the well first and then worry about the other stuff second. So that's what we'll do, is we'll build the well first this time, having learned our lesson. We'll go in like so. Put in a few more of those. And I have no doubt that food should be okay now that we have orchards and a few more farms. I may build another orchard or 2 just to make things better. The city is full, so we can't afford to have any more people around. That's a little bit of a downer, but meh. There goes all of our food right before we ran out. And so watching the meters for a moment, I don't know if our granary actually, I'm sorry, if our little things right there are orchard produced, but they're going to bring over peaches and fruits and stuff like that keep people from getting shitty diseases, nasty stuff like scurvy that we don't want to play around with, and I think that's a good thing. We've got a surplus on goodies over here. Those are producing about at the rate that I expect them to produce. Might be a good idea to start putting in castles and stuff like that. We don't have enough money to do the stuff that I want to do because we're paying upkeep on too many things. But I am going to put in with our tax rate. Damn it, everything is burning around here. Does rain help out with burning buildings? God, I hope so. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, though. Dude, everything is burning down. What is everything made of around here? Gasoline and matches? Good lord, man. Ugh. Apparently, everything in my kingdom is made of gasoline and matches because it catches fire in the rain. This is just the luck that I live with as a sovereign, I guess. My people are idiots. They build everything out of hay. Oh, I don't want that right there. Cancel that. I don't want that right there. That's a terrible spot for that. I don't know if we have any idle villagers right now, but it looks like we got lots of builders, so I'm going to assume that we don't have anybody idling on out doing nothing right now. We are generating a little bit of cash. The fire is going to bum people out ever so slightly. I'm like, ah, a fire. That's such a bummer. And then they just kind of walk away and pretend like it never happened. That looks about right to me. Keep them kind of kitted up for transport there. It's going to take some of our wood off in order to do that, but we're storing up some stone, which I think is great. I'd like to put in a defensive tower around here somewhere. If I have like one tiny little location where I can put in a tower, that would be good. I think that'll work right there. Something just to protect the central castle in the case that we get run up on. So put that right there. As soon as they get that done, I'm going to put an arrow tower on the top of it, so at least we can shoot at somebody if they try to come on in. I don't think we're going to have the resources right now to actually officially start the construction of our walls, but some defense is better than no defense, and just something to shoot back at the enemy I think is going to be satisfactory. We've got all kinds of food sitting around. We're almost maxed out on our population. Not quite there yet. We'll want to start thinking about happiness buildings to get these guys up and off of their little train of misery. Because trust me, they are quite miserable. They are super miserable. They are miserable beyond all belief. Probably going to lose a house right there. That one on the right, I don't think is going to make it. If it does, I'd be surprised. Yeah, they didn't get to it. They were all working on that one right there. On the plus side, that does open up a little bit of something right there for like a library possibly. That'll make people a tiny bit happier. So build me a library. Looks good. Oh, the field is burning down too. Even better. Loverly. And so where is the nearest well right there? It's way over there, but that's still inside the radius where they'll go and grab from it. Ugh! Can things stop burning down for a second? Damn, dude. Like, I have no luck whatsoever at keeping my buildings up and running. So that should add some happiness right there. If you look at the happiness meter, it'll tell you what's going on. Not everyone has access to a church and or library, so that's the thing that they're going to get a little bit salty about. We can go with a library, like over here somewhere. Might be okay. How big is the library? What does it take to build a library? I'm sorry, the church. Do we even have access to that just yet? Oh, the church is badass. Holy shit. That church is enormous. Okay. Wiping out something down here is probably going to be our only hope. So if I put in a library right there, that'll work for right now. That's probably going to mean I don't have enough houses to keep people taken care of. But what do I look like? A sovereign who weighs options and makes sure that the infrastructure and everything is designed well? No, that's just not me. It's not what I do. We will bulldoze you just to get you up and out of the way. I'm going to take that off to the left so I have some more building room. And I think another hoovel would be nice over here. Yeah, put in some hoovels. There you go. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. We'll keep that divided up and we'll do the best we can with what we have. Hopefully houses will get built before the end of the year. And that will allow them... Are these inside the radius of a church or something like that? I mean, that kind of just passed the problem on to a different location. But, we got sick people too. Shit. So 8 peasants have taken ill and they will probably all die, would be my guess. Almost every single one is more than likely going to die. Simply based on the fact that we don't have doctors. Doctor would be the next thing we want to look into. If we can get a hospital, and we can, my suggestion would be that we get that ASAP. If we can get a doctor right now, that's okay by me. So drop that in. We're going to lose some people, obviously. But can't be fixed and can't be helped for right now. Get a road that runs out to the doctor's office. So these dudes right here, we have nobody working inside of there. Due to the plague, we're going to have problems getting immigrants. And so before the end of the year, let's go ahead and kill our taxes off. That'll help happiness recover ever so slightly. We got some people back, so we still have some idlers, which is great. No gold with which to pay the librarians. Shite. Okay. I guess demolish that because we don't have a surplus right now. So unless I have gold, I can't pay people. And we need to pay doctors more than we need to pay our... More than we need to pay our librarians. Like, you got to look at it in terms of, like... I'm pretty sure I do have money. Yeah, I was going to say. Like, I'm almost positive that we have a little bit of cash sitting around. There's our doctors right there. Got a lot of people who are idle. We could probably bring up our production. We don't have the money at the moment to stack up on any kind of defensive tower or anything like that. But we are out of time for the day. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for an episode of Kingdoms and Castles. We're checking out the infrastructure update. I hope that you guys have liked it so far. If you want to see more or you just want to support the channel, hit the like button down below. It helps out more than you know. And then aside from that, you can go to the Patreon. If you wanted to hang out live, you can go to Twitch TV/Splattercat Gaming, and I'm live every single day. And then also, if you wanted to stop on by... Well, actually, I already did that part, didn't I? I'm live every day on Twitch. That's all you need to know. I don't know. It's late at night right now. My brain is farting out. I'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.